we are at the Black Shield Gaming Productions Retreat. This is where we sit down and come up with all the fantastic ideas that we're going to do for the next year, hiding somewhere in an undisclosed location, secretly coming up with these ideas. And we thought, though, that while we were here,
secret nerd bunker,
that we would share some of these ideas that we come up with the rest of the world that aren't probably going to escape from here into the realms of games,
but could escape to general pop
through video. So last night we had a brainstorm. We like to come up with new ideas, and this time we came up with new gaming terms, at least new to us. This is something we've never heard before that you can now use as part of your game, and we call it the Plotstitute.
Can we say that on podcast?
It's totally not a dirty word yet.
Not yet.
Oh, okay. I mean, until we start explaining it, it's not a dirty word.
Give it time.
Because at the moment, it's just a combination of letters that people haven't put together to get yet.
Exactly.
At some point, it'll become a gaming term that'll be an issue.
Exactly.
After you start talking about it. So does. I'm Greg Schneider, and the head of Black Shield Productions, and with me we have Luke Hudson, who's new. If you haven't seen him actually in a Black Shield event yet, but you will soon. And James Eckert, who is well known as last year's Iron GM champion and awesome GM.
That's right.
I mean, I'm too arrogant to bow down to him, so I'm not going to.
We're working on it.
We're working on it.
I have things.
I have issues.
Okay, so why don't the two of you tell me about Plotstitute? Or prostitution, even.
Prostitution. That's where you sell yourself out in service of the
So
plot.
Greg said it wasn't a dirty word yet because he hadn't turned the floor over to me.
That's right.
So Plotstitute. You find when you write one-shots that you have a lot of stuff that you have to put into the game. And so in general you have, if you scatter it around too much, you have a hard time getting it all together. So I like to condense everything into one space. Like one NPC that just shows up and gives everybody the information they need. Or gets accidentally killed by an overzealous player and then the plot goes nowhere.
Right.
One or the other. And so that's kind of where the idea of the Plotstitute came from, at least one incarnation of it.
There's the player character who all the plot hinges on in some way. Like sort of not a main character, but like a character who has some information or knows something in service of the plot.
And like
sweet service.
Yeah, some people like try to avoid doing this because they think that it's unfair.
But we don't care at all if it's fair to you.
We're calling you a prostitute.
That's right.
Throwing that out the window already.
We've already degraded you at that point.
The thing that we would encourage is don't worry about being fair to everybody equally. Worry about being fair to everybody as a group by making the game run well.
Right.
Which is where the Plotstitute can come in play. Because, I mean, especially in a one-shot where you need direction early, having a designated party leader, just giving one character and saying, you are in charge.
Move this forward.
Everybody else here works for you now. Yeah. That might seem unfair, but you do need to have that. So having a character that has all of the power, or a character that has all of the plot, or, for instance, you could just make a character in an intrigue game where everybody's got secrets, just give one guy everybody else's secrets. That seems like cheating, but it makes the game fun. Because all of a sudden,
it really does.
These plots that people by nature are going to try to hide aren't going to come out in the game if people don't know them, and then you've done all this writing, there's all this cool story that's never going to get told.
Because everyone's trying to hide their lies, like you do in real life, and so.
But it's not real life, right? Because a secret that's written in game that doesn't come out in game is like a waste of everyone's time.
Exactly.
And like the other thing too is even if you try to spread it out, like well Bob has secret A and he knows secret D, and Ellen has secret D but she knows secret F, and you try to like do that, and so that it comes out in this weird intrigue thing. Oftentimes that gets derailed because players are never going to do what you need them or want them to do.
Right.
So go ahead and be ham-handed. Give all the secrets to one character and let him go around and just blackmail and be a self-serving bastard. It's fine.
And we call that character the
Plotstitute.
Or
it's worth doing. It's worth playing if you get the chance. Having had a chance to play those characters,
and having your secret come out is fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that's the story.
Especially if the Plotstitute is a GM or player is just bringing it full on, making it funny, making it fun, making it interesting. It's totally worth it.
Okay. Well, thanks everyone for listening to our initial discussion of our term for the retreat. this year? The Plotstitute.
The Plotstitute.